Hey, 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 beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Sweet Millionaire Formula, the podcast where we mix money goals with Hollywood drama and drop gems like it's hot. I'm your host, Money Mona, Budget Babe by day, and I'm here to help you secure the bag without losing your mind or your edges, period. Let's talk money, mess, and millionaire moves. Here's what we got on the agenda today. Black Americans in the reverse diaspora. 100K in Ghana gets you ownership. The power of dual citizenship. Grab that drink, sis, or your pen, because we're about to get into it. I gotta get into some things really quickly that I don't know if it's like a realization or it's a me getting older thing, but my black women, stand up real quick and just raise your hand and let me know you here. Your little virtual hand. Yeah, put that up. Don't let go of the steering wheel. Don't crash. Just let me know you're in the building. This underhanded perpetuation of black people are thieves and we are not equal as others, or whatever the case may be. I'm just gonna tell y'all what happened because this is the perfect place to do so. So I live in a new area. Let's just say that, right? So I'm not a type of bitch that's gonna appease no white person to fit into no medical setting, to fit into no environment. I'm never changing my voice, my attitude, my stance on who I am as a woman, realistically in America, a black woman being my stance. So I, had to go to the doctor and, figure out what was going on with my side because I was feeling a pain that I had never felt. I just recently went vegan and, I'm just like, okay, I don't want nothing to be wrong. So let me go to urgent care. So why the fuck was I at urgent care? And there's like this Latino girl, there's a black woman, and there's a white doctor. I say that for reference because sometimes when black women get around like Latino women or white women, they tend to have to feel like they gotta attack you. Your sister, you gotta attack your sister in order to appease somebody in these office spaces, these medical environment spaces. So as I'm walking in, the amount of light and reflection that I have on my spirit, I can't help that shit. But bitch, why are you mad at me for me and my daughter coming in, hugging and loving on each other and speaking life into each other? That's just what we do. That's who we are. So I believe in this woman's heart. When I walked in with my child laughing and smiling, she had already made it a point to, oh no, because you know how you could be jealous of somebody. Be honest. Be honest. Have y'all ever been a little bit jealous? Like, ooh, whatever the case. I've been jealous. You've been jealous. Whatever the case. But no jealousy should be really pouring over into your work and the health of another person. So the Latino girl was not at the desk when I came in. The white doctor wasn't at the desk when I came in. When I came in, a very, very light-skinned black woman sitting at the desk, checking people in, whatever the case. So I'm like the second person in there. It's like 3 people total. One person goes into the room. It's me sitting there by myself. So the other girl comes up to the desk and she's on her phone. And so in my mind, I'm like, I have been sitting there about 15 minutes. So I'm like, hey, am I checked in? And she was like, are you Eric? I was like, no, I'm not Eric. Shade, bitch, you see I'm not no motherfucking Eric. But whatever the case. So, after the guy goes into the room, I'm very patient type of person. I'm not like abrasive. This is a medical facility. I don't have, this is urgent care, but this is still a medical facility. I understand protocol, whatever the case. So I, standing up and I'm asking her like is my name in the building? Is my name in the system? And so then she's holding the phone. The black woman is holding her phone to her ear and she's like, oh, you're good. I'll get you in a second. So I'm like, oh, okay, great. Me and my daughter sitting there laughing, talk about our pay. I'm talking about cracking up, laughing. Me and my daughter are like best friends and I cannot help that this is the person who knows everything about me. I know everything about her. But bitch, why is you mad about that? So mind you, we had already been in this facility about 15 to 20 minutes. Between me entering there and sitting down, it's been about 15 to 20 minutes. So I get up and I'm like, she's like, oh, okay, you can come up next. And so then, what did she say? She's like, oh, you got to put a credit card on file. Such and such. I'm like, oh, I have health insurance. I never put my credit card on file, even though y'all ask all the time. I never put a credit card on file, and I've been going here like a year or so. And so then she's like, oh, okay. And so I guess she looks up my name. So my daughter had a physical at the same urgent care maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And when I asked them, like, hey, do you guys bill our insurance for these type of for a physical? Because she's like, we'll bill your insurance or whatever the case. And so then, mind you, I asked them 3 times because the whole point of me coming here and using my insurance was so I don't have to pay for this out of pocket. Right? Like, isn't that fucking common sense? But whatever the case. So the women proceed to tell me, yeah, I can get this done. Da, 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 da. 3 weeks pass. I get a bill from my company, $25 that I owe them for a medical bill, whatever the case. Not thinking much of it because I'm like, okay, well, I can still go to urgent care. So she looks up my name. Oh, you have a $25 outstanding balance. You need to satisfy that before I can service you. I said, well, I just got the bill in the mail less than a week ago, so it's not even due yet. And you're telling me you're not going to service me because I have a $25 bill. And so then she's like, well, let me call the doctor and see who you calling. First of all, bitch, who are you calling? And why do you feel the need to have to call somebody about a $25 bill? And third of all, how do I know you're not just calling anybody? Whoever you're calling on the other side of that phone could be anybody in America. I don't know who you're calling. So she proceeds to call somebody. Yeah, doctor, da, da, da. Can she be seen if she got a $25 bill and she ain't want to put her credit card down? So I proceed to say, well, I have insurance. And the bill that y'all occurred is not due yet. And y'all allow me to occur this bill because y'all said that, yes, y'all do immunizations and accept insurance. So, you know what I mean? This is just the thing. I'm in fight mode at this moment because it's like, who are you calling? You don't have to do all of this. A $25 bill does not prevent me from being seen at urgent care. That's for my daughter. You know what I mean? But we have insurance and we'll take care of it, whatever the case. So I guess the guy on the other Ian was like, well, what is she there for? Is it a medical emergency? And so she tells him my business over the phone while I'm standing there, like violating all my fucking privacy laws. And so he proceeds basically to say, oh, no, she can't be seen. Da, 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 da. So she hangs up the phone. Oh, he said you cannot be seen today. I said, okay. And I left out. While I'm sitting there, something in my spirit just didn't sit right about me not being able to be seen about a $25 bill. That's not even due yet. So I chat GPT, what is the law on being seen at an urgent care? Boom, chat GPT pulls the shit up. Everything, all the laws. So I proceed to go back into the building. I said, so according to 1234 D503 C, you're not supposed to discriminate against anybody based on a medical bill and if they can or cannot afford to pay. And what I'm coming here to be seen today, I consider a medical emergency because something is going on in my stomach. So she proceeds to say, somebody's standing in front of her, whatever the case. So she's talking to them. I said, excuse me, under the law, I state all 4 of the laws. She da 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 da. So at this point, now you're discriminating against me for no reason. Now, I have the law in front of me, so you can't go against the law. This is the law. So she calls the person back on the other side, and I speak. I said, excuse me, according to Virginia law, I have medical insurance, and you're discriminating against me over a $25 bill that is not due. She goes, I said, let me speak to him. Because now you've created this energy that I have to be loud. I'm in these people's facility. I'm saying what I'm here for. And I'm stating the law all at once. And I'm not pissed off, but I'm just having to let her know, bitch, I ain't no motherfucking anybody. You know what I mean? I'm not anybody. So stop playing with me. But proceeds to also, I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me re-register you in the system. Miss Davis, you're next. Like, So she made up in her mind that she was going to discriminate against me basically when I came into that building, because for her to even do all that and for me to have to pull the law up and state my rights as a human being, girl, we black like you, black like me. I mean, you're extremely light skinned, but what the fuck? And so I tell my daughter as I'm sitting there and all this happens, I said, Kobe, don't go to jail over no shit like this. As a black woman, sometimes it's your own people. And this is just me being real. I said, don't get arrested for anything like this. Know your rights and stand firm on who you are. But situations like this will get you put in a position that you don't want to be in. Don't go to jail over anything like this. Then I proceed today to go shopping at Aldi's. And I guess they called somebody to the front about me scanning a bag, or did I pay for a bag, or whatever the case. And so then I'm like, before I could even pay for the bag, so they both standing there on both sides watching me scan all my stuff in. And I'm just sitting there like, y'all really piss me off, because y'all standing here. I guess the lady must have called her over radio while she was scanning. Mind you, all the lines in all these now are like self-pay. There's like one line where somebody can scan you out. And so she's standing there and she calls another white lady to the front. So they both just standing on both sides of the scan lane where you can scan your stuff and watching me. And so then I ended up scanning something twice and needed something to be removed. And so the lady's like, did you pay for your bag yet? I'm like, well, I didn't even get a chance to ring in a bag because I only scanned 4 of my items in. And so then she takes the thing off and she's like, can you make sure you scan the bag? So I scanned the bag in the middle. Before I even finish all my stuff, I scanned the bag. And so then she backs up and just stands right there and just stares at me the whole time. I'm just like, what kind of y'all are perpetuating a stereotype that is not even real. First of all, this is Aldi's. Second of all, I hadn't even got to pay for the bag yet. I just rang him. I just pulled up here and now I'm about to ring him shit. But I'm just like, said all that to say, it's no way that not only in every scene that I go to in this new place, it's not that I'm such a minority or anything like that, but it's like the spaces that we occupy as black women in America are seeming like cages to be set up for us to be arrested, something put on our record, to be set up in a predicament where it's like you shake a bottle and then it explodes. Me, I have already been there, done that back 12, 13 years ago. 22, 23, I'm knocking bitches out. I'm still fighting. Every place I move, bitches got a problem with me being who I am. And it's like, for me, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of feeling undermined. I'm tired of fighting for recognition, as far as like, not me necessarily fighting for it, but like Taraji P. Henson, Katherine G. Johnson. Katherine G. Johnson sent a man to the moon over 13 times in a 35-year span. Why are we just now figuring about Hidden Figures? Why is that just now being a movie? And it's just like this constant pull and play on emotions. Like, it's like if they can't get under your skin, if they can't have your skin, they want to get under it. And it's like, I'm not at that point anymore where nobody can get under my skin. And now that the water has settled and I'm just realizing like I'm worth so much more. So I end up coming across a documentary, and I want you guys to go check it out. It's called Passport Heavy: What $100,000 gets you in Ghana versus America. It's called Passport Heavy: What $100,000 gets you once you're done living in America. So that's going to lead us into our first topic of today. Topic 1: stack your paper. The Black Americans reverse diaspora mindset is starting to pick up, guys. And I see a plethora of investors, especially like Troy and Rashad from Earn Your Leisure. They are investing in an entire town in Ghana, and I watched them build it. I'm watching them build it on the documentary that I just mentioned. Passport Heavy: What $100,000 will get you in Ghana, Accra. And so with the Black American, what I'm seeing in America and what is summing itself up to be for me is cars, rent, and belittlement of Black people still. Um, the higher I've gotten into my lifestyle and more upper echelon, like I live off in the hills and I live, pretty nice from where I came from. Being from Cleveland and what I'd experienced before I came here. But even still, when I look around, when I'm wanting to date and club and not like I live right over the bridge from DC, so I can go into these spaces. But what I'm realizing is that my intellect and my um options and my ability to be able to go outside and see my people and laugh in the neighborhood and all of that, it's not existing. I don't care like what area you move to or how successful you get or how far out you go. The farthest out you go, you're going to get into um the white land. The more into the hood you go, it's going to be poverty and strife and fighting for your dear life and fighting your neighbors. Trust me, I just came from Cleveland 3 years ago. Baby, the fights I've had to fight to be where I am, getting my $40,000 brand new car keyed over jealousy and hatred. You call people calling 22 family members over and them flashing guns and outside my house till 2 and 3 in the morning. I have overcome the adversity. So I'm not going to live now that I'm out of the adversity in an environment where the perpetuation of stereotypes are embedded in people's minds. I know I look good. I know I carry myself with a high energy, but looking good, carrying yourself with a high energy only puts a target on your back for people who are insecure, white women and Chinese women and Latino women and women who just don't have confidence about themselves. When a person who's confident walks into the building, that's an issue for a woman with low confidence. And I'm not willing to pay the price anymore. And so I'm just diving into this American reverse diaspora and us going back to Africa as an origin and as a people having this ability to go back. When I look at white history, they don't got nothing besides slavery and ownership and money. And that's what America's about. America's about white money, white privilege, their privilege, and being able to spend money, 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 money. Money is the root of all evil. Nothing I do in this lifetime will be strictly for money. Yes, I have to make a living, but my heart is not set on money ever. It never is. And I see the way that they carry privilege and money around like it's a bag. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there was a point in time in history where white people had to worship Black people. If you go back into European and Great Britain and these places, you watch documentaries like Hidden Colors, you'll see that at some point Black people were responsible for the medicines and the culture of different countries like Europe and Asia and East Asia and especially Africa, of course. But it's just so annoying that I just want to go and exist. I don't want to have to go put up a battle everywhere I go. I don't want to be you. I'm not intimidated by nothing that you have. So you putting up this imaginary fight against me or these imaginary walls against me, it's exhausting at this point. I've been dealing with racism and all this other stuff for a couple years now. Not direct racism, but I'm saying being on jobs and being fired and being taunted and being misused and confused and all these different things just to exist and make my money that they don't even have to go through. They don't even realize that I'm looking at you be a ball of mess. And then you're trying to bring that to me. I don't want to participate in no mess. I'm not messy. I'm observant. I'm aware. But my statement for the Black diaspora, I watched this documentary and I got in a sense of like immediate gratification, immediate like moment where your mind just like, oh shit, hold on. Wait, I ain't never thought about it being an expat. And so what does an expat in Ghana mean? Like what does expats in Senegal mean? What does that mean? Because I had never heard the term before. be so focused that sometimes I'm like I was looking for something, finished a Katherine G. Johnson documentary and bumped into this documentary next. And I'm just like, I never knew that people were traveling and getting dual citizenship in Ghana and flying and having this opportunity to just be a dual citizen. And so I just took the time to just research and figure out. And I feel like how you get them is how you lose them. And men and money and anything. Like if you're underhanded and doing something to get a position, you're going to lose it the same way. So I feel like us being brought over here in slavery and being treated like everybody else in America can have the American dream except the people who built the country for free. Why is it so hard for white people to allow us to have this freedom? And I feel like they fear that we're definitely going to go back to where we came from, because why are y'all keeping over 3 million black men, 37% of the population? We only make up 13% of the population, but 37%, nearly 40% of our 13% is in prison. So I'm around this bitch like, where is my man? Everybody is cooped up in the army. They got their man, but where is my opportunity to be with my husband? I don't even see black men. I have not, unless I'm at work or something like that, I don't even run into black men at no stores that I shop at. And there's all kinds of stores up this strip, all kinds of stores surrounded by me. And I can count on one hand how many black men I've seen in the last 3 years since being here in these spaces, from corporate to basic. I'm just looking around. I'm not satisfied with the options. And then I'll look at this documentary seeing everybody black. The manicure is black. The waiter, the airport, everybody's black. And everybody's on the beach enjoying their life, eating this great food. They don't even have fast food in Ghana. They have no McDonald's, no Starbucks, no Burger King, no KFC. All of their food is purely grown and healthy. And it's just like, if I definitely can deal with frustration and toleration being here, I'm being tolerated in America. But America will never recognize the woman that I am and the intelligence that I have. Not that I need them to, but just to exist in America, I should feel like my presence is worth more than money. I should be able to be a woman in all spaces and not be discriminated against because of your lack thereof. I cannot help that you're not a black woman. But me being a black woman is not going to be me carrying around a weight of your insecurities. Hell, I can go back to Ghana. They're thriving there. I can buy a house there. I can own there. But I'm not going to carry around the weight of the insecurities that people have in this country. And I think that is telling that people are moving back to Africa in doles. They're getting dual citizenship in doles. They're going there and buying houses and real estate, and they're making money in their businesses in America. They're starting entrepreneurship here in America, but they're building their wealth in different countries so that when it's time, they have this opportunity to be wealthy. And I just think that it's only right that Black Americans open up their mindset to being able to go back to Africa. Like, is there something wrong with that? To be open-minded and reverse the diaspora and being able to go where your people are and being at home, in a sense? You let me know. Leave your comments in the comment section, and you let me know, what is it that you think, and how are you really operating in the space that you're in? The American dream, and is it a lie? Is it real? Like, how do we measure up as Black Americans when they are spending trillions of dollars in war, $800 billion a year in heavy machinery and things like that, but finding out that $13.3 billion was spent bringing refugees from Afghanistan here? What? Y'all won't even give the citizens that live here $13.3 billion unless it's a pandemic. But it lets me know that not only can they invest in American people, but they're choosing not to, just for the ability to be able to earn money for cheap labor. It's a capitalism country, and I don't want to be a part of the rat race. I'm tired. I'm years old. I'm tired. I've been running ever since. Like the river, I've been running ever since. I'm serious. Like, honestly, when I was 23, 21, 22, it didn't phase me because I'm like, oh, I'm going to get that house. I'm going to see that house on top of that hill and I'm going to reach there and I'm going to get it and it's going to be impossible, but I'm going to get it. Because that was the focus of where my dream lied, in me buying a house and having a career and zipping myself up and packing myself in, and that's it. But if 100K in Ghana gets you home ownership, if 100K in Ghana allows you to pay that one-time fee and you never have to pay rent, taxes, and fees and all this stuff again, then that's highly attractive. Because in America, you're spending like your livelihood going to college, racking up debt just to get a career, to be able to afford these houses that are out of your budget, just to keep paying taxes. It's like you never gonna fucking win. You're gonna be 90. You're gonna be 90 years old trying to win over this American dream lifestyle when it's yours. If they can fight a war and spend $12 trillion fighting a war for 20 years, do y'all know that the war was just being fought from 9/11 for 20 years? Just recently, in 2021, during Trump's first term, that's when they retreated most of the American army, the U.S. Army, down to 2,000 troops on the ground in Afghanistan. And as part of their peace treaty, the United States signed a $13.3 billion humanitarian to distribute funds to places all around America so that these refugees can come in. I was just wondering, like, why is it that Walmart, I'm telling you, I went to college here 12, 13 years ago, whatever the case, but when I used to go to Walmart, there were black teenagers, black people, white people, just standard, like, people of American descent working in Walmart, you know what I mean? 10, 12 years later, now that I'm back in the DMV and I'm going to these same places, all I see is refugees. And I'm just like, why is there like 70, 80-year-old refugees working at Walmart? Like, I couldn't put it together. So I stayed up I stayed up till 4 a.m. last night studying ChatGPT and every single question that I had. And the things that I found out, baby, when I say give me my 100K, I'm going to Ghana. Give me my 100K. I'm going to Ghana. There's nothing else that you can really tell me. Only thing that separates me from where I am and where I'm going is my financial literacy and my ability to be able to, in the next, couple of years, do what I have to do so that me and my family are financially set. But why is it that American can get away with not teaching financial literacy in schools? It's because if they don't never teach you, if they never show you, then you'll never have a way out. Do you know that ChatGPT told me the only way that you can finagle the system here is by having an LLC, owning a business, or taking advantage of Section 8 or welfare and Medicaid? Baby, I done took full advantage of stamps and Medicaid. That has gotten me nowhere. I'm on the same level as a refugee that just came from Afghanistan. They're getting the same benefits. I don't know about you, but that's something ain't sitting right in my spirit about that. And when you know better, you do better. When you want better, you aim better. When you desire better, you seek better. In the Bible, it says, ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. When God talks like that, the living word of the Lord, that means the Lord is alive and well, and he can hear what you're asking for. And you think that I'm saying he can hear you by you saying it with your mouth. Your heart speaks to God. Whatever it is that you desire, or whoever it is that you really believe that you are, that's who you are. But if you believe that you are just a black American here to get by, no vision, no plan, no nothing, that's what you're going to have. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I serve a God who can do the impossible. And so the fact that my mind has opened up to explore the idea of what Ghana and Senegal, and there's a few other countries that's on my list, and I'm going to go see. Because you can't just take somebody from somewhere and expect them not to be able to ever want to go home. You know what I mean? It's like standing on an island all by yourself. It's like if you see a rope, even if it's not a boat, if you see a rope that's going to lead you back to where you came from, baby, pull me on along. Let me find my way on along this rope back to where I came from. And I'm not even saying that in a sense as if I know for certain that I'm from Ghana. But I can tell you right now, the way that this underhanded racism is affecting my conscience, the people around me's conscience. Like you have white women in places that are looking at they're apartment managers, they're bank managers, they're the bank, they're the grocery store clerks and managers. These white women are sitting in pockets and places, literally finding things and ways they can attack black women so that they can help call the police and so that we can get something on our record. I see the play from so far away, and I've always seen this play, but thank God for mercy and grace, because he says that his goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. God did not lie when he said that. And you have to have lived some years and done some wrong, done some more wrong to really understand when he say goodness and mercy. Baby, I should be somewhere. I'm not going to complete the sentence because I don't speak like things like that in my life. But I'm telling you right now, when God says goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, he prepares a table before you in the presence of your enemies. He's not a man that he shall lie. And I've seen how he's been gracious enough to allow my mind to be watered in the possibility of flourishing in a country where everybody looks like me. There's no flashy lifestyle, it's no fast food there, it's no Chanel and Gucci or these made up brands but there's luxury, and trust me, I know there's luxury there, but what I'm saying is this immediate need to, I gotta look like this, oh, I gotta spend this, or I gotta be on this level, it's never gonna end here. Because there's always a new thing, always a new trend. Black people are always raising the standard. We're always being used as systems of creativity and output, but the disrespect, the locking 3 million black men up, the war on drugs and how that started nearly 30, 40 years ago and where we are today is a result of this nation's inability to be sovereign. America cannot be sovereign because they're rooted in evil. And evil is money. Money is the root of all evil, and that's the facts. But I feel like if 100K in America is only a down payment on a house, and I'm being so for real, like $100,000 is a lot of money to a person who's had to work minimum wage. And you mean to tell me that I pay $100,000 for this house and it's still not mine? Let me peek over here on African land and see what $100,000 looks like over here. And I'm just like, I'm not afraid. I'm bold and I move with the power of the Lord. The Lord will correct my steps. But for me to even see or come across and have my mind exposed to such an opportunity, I don't think I was ever gonna be the same. Would you leave and go to see if you had the opportunity to go to Africa and pick a country where everybody looked like you? No racism, no gentrification, no rat race. Would you go? Drop your comments and leave us a comment at Sweet Millionaire Formula on this episode. We want to know in the comments. Leave your comments. What country would you go to? Woo! We discussed a lot today, so let's recap. The Black American reverse diaspora is happening right before your eyes, whether you want to realize it or not. When you really just pray and just let things, just give your mind the opportunity to think bigger, because thinking is your power as a human being. Then you'll realize like, oh, I can do better. I need financial literacy. Let's do what I have to do to make sure that the path that I lay for myself is a financially stable one. $100,000 in Ghana gets you ownership. Anything less than owning a complex of $100,000 will probably get you the outskirts. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong, but if you're going to a new country, you kind of want to have the same, if not the same lifestyle or something similar to what you had before when you left. And so I think it's good to just visit a place 5, 6 months, then decide, hey, okay, I think I like this, or hey, I don't think I like that, and you'll figure it out from there. And then the dual citizenship is something that you have power to do. It may take time, but it's something that you can do. And so I just thank you guys for tuning in today. Leave your comments, follow us on Sweet Millionaire Formula. Until then, stack it, save it, and protect your peace in your pockets. Peace.